February the 21st, 2020. I'm on the way back to the cabin with a few friends behind me. We're heading in for a 8 or 9 day trip to the cabin, and this is the track that I made when I came out of here, January the 4th. And very evident the wolves have really appreciated the track I laid down, because they've been running it so much that they've got it just packed down. You'd think I'd been here a few days ago, because they've got any snow that fell since then pushed right into the trail. And just to make sure that I know that this is their trail now, they've left ample markings along here claiming the territory. I have another camera angle here for you of our trip into the cabin now. I hope you're not afraid of heights, because whoa, we're getting up there. This is a special treat. Pilot David has come out with his drone, and you'll have to excuse him though. He's only got about 58 minutes of flying time. No, he didn't wipe out. I just cleaned up the video a little bit and edited out some swerves and dives and a few gyrations around as he tries to figure out which way his camera's pointed. But he's doing a great job here, and this is our parking spot as we parked there, and it was still pretty good shape from being plowed out at the New Year's visit. It'll be raised up in the air again when we start to move out a little bit. You see in the upper left corner, that's the track we take out. Whoa, David, no, left, David, over to the left. You gotta go left. Yeah, okay, there you go. No, you're doing right. Yeah, keep going. All right, okay. You're coming up pretty soon. Oh, okay, now we're back on track again. All right, now we'll just move up there to the left, and we'll have that. Oh, well, like I said, we got to give David a little bit of. You got to realize he's staring at this in the glare of the sun on his smartphone that's hooked up to his drone device. So we're going to cut him some slack, but I expect a little bit better later as we do some more visits with this drone. It was sure a nice treat though having this, and you can see here some of the terrain that we travel alongside a lot of this. It's a huge forest up there, so we really have some adventuring to do. This footage gives you a good idea of the vast area that we explore up there at Barton's cabin. Fortunately, there's been people lost their lives when they get out into some of this country and haven't found their way back to the road like this. Well, David, this is a pretty slick machine, and one really nice thing about it is it has this feature, and it's like an ET come home button, and you punch that, and wherever that drone has gotten off to, it comes back and gets overhead, and then you can punch another button and it says land. And he was experimenting with that, and you can see here he's bringing that thing right back down. Been a really nice toy. I still have a mile to go to get to the cabin, but it's been going pretty good this time. Probably take less than 2 hours to make the whole trek in, and without too much effort. Whereas the last time I came in at Christmas, it was 3.5 hours of hard work in the deep, soft snow. But here I'm that 1 mile west of the cabin, and this was an old homestead that was even used as a logging camp, and I'm standing right next to what was their kitchen. I dug a lot of old utensils and things out of this site, and that's where some of my big stove parts and the top for my sewing machine base came with. It was used over here in this site right here. By the looks of this wolf sign right here, I think I might have surprised him. The wind's in the right direction, he wouldn't have smelled me, and I've been going pretty quiet, but you can see where he went bounding out of here and could be over there watching me between the trees right now. Those bounding tracks in the snow are the big, where something went lunging through the snow back there, and I've been seeing so many wolf tracks, I was just thinking wolf, but I knew it wasn't a deer because there weren't any little hoof marks where it entered the snow. Then I realized there wasn't any tail mark of a wolf either, so, and by the size, that might have just been a bobcat that went bounding across there. Back there at that half-mile point, I mentioned time was running out. I wasn't going to stop for a break, and I didn't mean the day was running out. I meant that the bright sun coming down in the snow, my time was running out, and coming into this opening here with the sun beating down, the snow is really sticking to the bottom of my skis, so I'm glad the cabin's only a quarter-mile away, and most of it's in the shaded trail part, so we're home free. 100 yards to go, and the deer have an interstate highway crossing our path. That might be nice. That means the deer are here, the wolves will be coming in. We might be able to hear some calling pretty close. I left 2 trail cameras on the trails when I left here at Christmas, and so I need to retrieve them and see if we recorded any nice images. I'm going to show a lot more of this later, but I'll give you a little heads up here. And this is a snowshoe hare caught out of the trail, and there were a lot of white-tailed deer that also came across the trail. Like these, I think they were coming across every day several times. But I think that these animals had better watch out because there's always danger lurking out there in the forest. Guys like this are out, they're hungry and they're hunting. That's all part of the North Country, and it's really a treat. I'll have more of this later for you. First peek of the cabin, and everything seems fine. There's some deer right behind the cabin. They might have taken off. Good to see everything looks fine. Ready to set up our home. Here's our motley crew of characters for the trip. There's Jim. He's an old timer. He's in this next picture. He's the one standing to the right. And of course there's my late friend Hawk, and then next to that on the left is Mark, and he's going to show up later in the videos of this trip with his snowmobile. He doesn't live in the area anymore, but he came up. And the one that's been there a few times at the cabin is Kevin. He's still a working man, so that's why we're only up for 7 or 8 days. We just can't seem to get him to pull the plug yet, but we get him out on trips like this. He's a nice bird watcher, and of course here's yours truly ready to enjoy another week. really nice to have the friends along to take part. It's our second day at the cabin, and got a couple friends along with me again. And Jim here, he's just been here relaxing with me, and the other friend is going off for a ski. And I said, well, while you're at it, why don't you go out and bring in some more groceries from the vehicle? It's only a 6-mile round trip.
Chuck wagon is here.
Chuck wagon is here, he says. I wonder if you'll bite on that tomorrow.